Bastet is the cat-headed Egyptian goddess of the home, domesticity, women's secrets, cats, fertility and childbirth. She protected the home from evil spirits, diseases and guarded the pregnant women, and served as a manifestation of the Eye of Ra. Originally a fierce deity, Bastet became more benevolent over time. Her aggressive tendencies were passed on to the goddess Sekhmet. Bastet was portrayed both as Ra's daughter and his consort. With Ra, Bastet had a son Mahaz, who as a lion god bore strong resemblance to his mother. She was extremely popular throughout Egypt, with both men and women from the second dynasty of Egypt onward, with her cult centered at the city of Bubastis. The tale of Setna and Tabubu, of Egyptian literature composed in Roman Egypt history, is associated with Bastet. In this story, from the later half of the first millennium, Prince Setna discovered the Book of Thoth, in the tomb of Neferkaptah. The ghostly appearance of Neferkaptah appeared before him, telling him he could claim the book, if he beat the spirit in a game of Senet. Each time Setna was defeated by Neferkaptah, he was struck on the head, and driven deeper into the ground. Before long, the prince was buried up to his neck. Setna called for his brother to bring him his magical talisman. Upon seizing this charm, Setna freed himself, grabbed the Book of Thoth, and fled from the tomb. While Setna was walking through the temple of Ptah in Memphis, he passed a beautiful woman named Tabubu, daughter of a priest of Bastet. Ever bold, Setna sent his servant to her, with instructions to ask her if she would sleep with him for 10 gold pieces. She returns a counter-offer, telling him to meet her at the temple of Bastet in Saqqara, where she lives, and he will then have all he desires. Setna arranged to meet her there as soon as possible. Upon arriving, she told him that he could only sleep with her if he signed over all of his possessions. The lustful Setna agreed to her conditions. Tabubu pressed her advantage, telling Setna that she would only sleep with him if he signed over his children's possessions as well. Setna was all too happy to oblige. Before Tabubu allowed things to escalate further, she instructed to kill his children. Again Setna obeyed, ordering his children to be killed, and throwing their bodies to the dogs in the street. The pharaoh comes by at this time, and Setna is completely humiliated. Pharaoh informs him that his children still live, and that everything he has experienced has been an illusion. The beautiful woman Tabubu was believed to be a manifestation of Bastet, serving in her role as punisher of those who offended the gods. The goddess was worshipped primarily at Bubastis, but held a tutelary position at Saqqara and elsewhere. The people of Egypt came annually to the great festival of Bastet at Bubastis, which was one of the most lavish and popular events of the year. Cats were also greatly prized in Egypt, as they kept homes free of vermin, protected the crops from unwanted animals. Bastet was so popular that, in 525, when Cambyses II of Persia invaded Egypt, he made use of the goddess to force the Egyptians' surrender. Knowing of the great love for animals, and cats especially, he and his soldiers painted the image of Bastet on their shields, and then arranged all the animals that could be found. The Egyptians refused to fight, for fear of harming the animals, and offending Bastet, and so surrendered.